Wow, Nathan, kill hair. I feel like every time my hair just goes like, and then I grow more facial hair, like, and I look crazy. I'm not crazy. It's bed hair, bro. It's the bed hair, and then you get the shower in, and then you're like, wow, I feel refreshed, and then you put the towel over your head, and then you let it sit, and then you wash it about, and this is what you get. That's why I don't care. Anyhow, what do I have to do today? Well, I'm gonna go to projects class so I can make sure that the leads check in with one another, because last time when I wasn't there, when I was like semi-ill, they were unsure or they didn't do it at all. So we gotta keep that locked in. Okay, and then second, what I gotta do is I have to do my VFX stuff. So after that, I'm gonna go to do my VFX stuff. And also, yeah, that's it. This is the most straightforward day I've ever had. Okay. Okay, what did I do? What I did was I literally went to projects and I sat there. Then the instructors are gonna come in later, so that's great. Not right now at this point, so time. And I just overshadowed Adrian because we were in a mixed jambalaya of when the Louisa meeting was gonna happen, and there were some people missing and out. And then I think they did like a mini one, and then it stopped. So I was just overshadowing, and then I left after they talked about the skybox. So now I'm gonna go. You're like, then I'm gonna go. I'm like, yeah. We're talking again. We got that boba drink in me. Okay, you're on my computer. I think what I need in my life to get away from the feeling of stress and anxiety and the information overload is something that doesn't need me to just watch another individual. What do you mean? I am into I think I am preemptively into the idea of buying cards again, or like Flesh and Blood, like the deck. And to me, I'm sort of like, I was gonna buy a deck, but then Target didn't have any. So gratefully. But it had one piece behind a wall. But I just got a drink from not Fred Meyer, the other one. And I got lotion so I can dry my face, moisturize my face. But essentially, I think for me, I just need to allocate time where I'm not watching YouTube, even if it's related to something that's fun and nonchalant. And just hone in on it for like an hour or less, and I'll be fine. It's like a shower, right? It's like something that I own as of now with the time I have. So that way, I think there's a thing where it's like when you do like 50 hours of work or 5 hours of work, the most concentration you need to allocate before or after is like 30 to 45 minutes of like just you time. Because I feel like if you have that constantly being like a thing, it's like a weird internal pressure. To me, at least, right now, I'm like, even like filming this video, like I sort of just want to not film a video. I just want to just like exist and then just have a drink. And this also has happened before, like even before I've made this like YouTube videos in general. Like when I was just doing like assignments, I'm like, I need to just like, I'm gonna admit I have like a weird personal crash out. You did not see it, but I was sort of just like wiggling around in bed, or just like feel like screaming like, there's like something that's enveloping me right now this week that is like, maybe it's my mouth thing, the gum thing being sore or exposed. Maybe it's because of the dry skin on my mouth. Whenever I talk, it feels aggravating. It's making me insane. But what I do know is that I'm fine with my assignments. Like, honestly, it is just a mental thing that I'm going through this week, and I hate that. So how am I overcoming it? Well, I overcame it with a shower again. But I think this also just gives you a glimpse, to me at least personally, when I in general like feel something like internally, like I feel I just don't like being, like, the feeling of like I don't like being in my body, but I'm fine with being in my body, right? It's sort of like what has enveloped, like what is this like poltergeist that like has gone into my body type of feeling, just like ugh, like chilling. That's what I feel like. Or like worry in my head, like anxiety, just like bursts of it, like and I'm like, I don't want that in my head. Get that out of my head. It's like the one Akira meme, like 1,000 times this week. And I'm like, why do I need that? I don't know. So I'm sighing a lot just to get it out of my body. And mentally it's like just pulsing. That's my time to make cream soup spaghetti. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this properly up. Hey Google, cancel the timer. And I think also as well, hey Google, cancel the timer. I think as well, I think it comes from like sugar. Because I had a donut. Actually, I didn't say that. I had an apple fritter donut. And then like, I feel like my levels of like sodium or something, or like just the like cholesterol or something, or whatever that term is. You have to put sugar in. It's like built up on you. Like I think probably that's what I was feeling. But it's not laughing matter. It's like I need to be conscious of that. So that's why I'm gonna eat a creamy mushroom pasta probably to help soothe my mentality. And then work on my assignment, which all I have to do is just like connect the stuff in my solar centric orbits and be done with that. And that takes like an hour. And there's no turn-in for it. You just show up with like a final thing and it's like, thank you. Why am I sabotaging myself today? And like, truly, it sucks. Bro, I pre-opened this. This is not cinematic. Bro, okay, wait. Hold up. Okay. Forget the first half. Bro, that was it? Okay. Second. I like how I did that in the recording, I just put it down. powder. Yay! Okay. I love how I'm not showing the mixing. This is great. One hand. It smells good though. It smells like a mushroom. In the background. I know this is gonna be hot. Get my water. Okay. Was it worth it? Oh. Not that hot. The pasta's good. I don't know the mushroom flake thing, so I think I had to like boil them or pre-boil them or something, or like saute them or something. I don't like this. I feel like I can also imagine if I have a lot of this, it's gonna be bad, like caloric intake or something. But I would say this is like a 7 or 8 out of 10. Right now it feels like an 8 out of 10. But I can imagine after that. Anyway, so that's good. Okay, let's pour. I've never felt so confident in my ranker today. What today's ranker is, I would have to say, is a solid D. I have literally, I feel like I went to VFX, right? It's all great, you know, all dandy. Like I got my thing checked up and I got critiqued on my thing, which is nice. Because, you know, critique is awesome. But the main thing of why it's a D tier is literally like anxiety building up. To what? I don't know. Like I would also just admit it's not like anxiety buildup of like the semester ending or like 12 days left in the semester or something. It's just like built up anxiety. Like where does this come from? Like where does this come from? I don't know. But what did I do in VFX? Well, I turned in my 3 submission things because he didn't have a submission thing for it. He's like, oh, there's supposed to be one. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then with that, it was sort of, he critiqued on the orbit thing, which was cool. I think the one thing he didn't really like was resolution of my videos, which I need to fix that. I think I just need to do tests. What is that? Is that like a school bus? There's a school bus some sort. Let's see. Or like a tour bus, I guess. I think so. But yeah. I saw everyone else's. Everyone else was good. I think there's a weird thing when it comes to like really good VFX. I would say like honestly really VFX are really good, the Vortex one. But I think to me it's sort of like, who are you carrying it specifically towards? Like, I know Rosie and Sasha are like, let's go to Riot, let's go to Vibe, and like they have like very flashy things, right? That's the vibe. And then when I look at that, I'm like, huh, okay, that's cool. But then there's obviously, I think at a first glance pass, it's like, wow, that's really good, and never gonna amount to that type of vibe. But it's like, that's a specific style. And then I see a David's. It's like a lot of like technically Godzilla, and then like a Cloud Rain, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that's very different. But it's more technical. And so, yeah. Also, yeah, it was a vibe. I'm gonna go, I'm sorry, oh, I'm going. Car's like, burp, burp. I'm like, I don't care. It's a D-Day. Dylan checked, I'm like, what? And I was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, it's great. So then I'm like, Otherwise, I think it's one of those things today where I'm like, I'm physically good, and then I am like internally, bodily wise, not okay. Externally, physically, mentally, okay. There's like a subsection of my body that like had a seizure today. Like a vibe of the seizure, not like compared it to a seizure, but just being like, I don't want to work today. Like that vibe. Like I literally like, I don't want to work today. I don't want to work today. Why do I want to work? It was just like because of waking up, maybe because of the donut. I had too much sugar, but like literally, it's like, I don't know. So good thing I've captured that in a moment of a video, so that way I can be like, you know what, the solution to that, and when I had to resolve it is that I, like, even like, yeah, sorry, my solution was going through it, you know, just like knowing that it's just a day that has to be, and it's like a whole mental thing. But no, like, even like sleeping, and even, why is this not going on? Even like showering, it felt like heat on my body, like a bad heat. It was like anxiety, like pins and needles heat, where I'm like, and it's like, oh, I don't like this. It's like, why am I so aggravated on this idea of feeling this way? And again, I'm up to date with my assignments. it's like I think it's because like I've never experienced like just existing in firsthand again, like once more with like being on top of my work. I feel like with like learning like mat sims like in a while, it's like I was in the medium area of like, okay, I have something to worry about, but now since I don't have anything to worry about, I think my body is sort of just like, ugh. Like, don't get me wrong, also, yeah, sure. I said, like, Dylan checked up on me, which was like, that's great, that's cool as a friend. But then sometimes I'm like, oh, it's like meeting a viewer of your videos, like, in person. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm great. It's like, I'm just checking up on you. It's like and then it's like, you feel it in your gut, and it's like, but then also Danny showed up. And then Danny like came around and he was looking at everyone. And then I had my mask on. And then he said to me that, you know, sometimes I just feel like I just want to rip someone's mask off and then just like see it fling in their face. And I'm like, no, please. But yeah, then he looked up on like, oh, what are you doing? And it's like, oh, I'm doing a solar orbit thing. And he was like, whoa, balls. And then I'm like, and then he leaves. That's great. You know, I love that he tries. You know, I love the middle ground area. I'm gonna keep on saying it. I love the middle ground area. We're all great. We're all dandy. He goes off. He goes to talk to someone else who, you know, he's more comfortable with talking to. But it's like, it's almost like he expects me to react to it, and I'm like, like no emotion. And so he's like, I don't know what to do here, so I'll just walk off. So what are you doing? And he goes to the next person. What are you doing? It's great. It's not like I don't make things awkward. I think I have an energy where it's like, I'm serious, but then I'm also like, I'm just Josh with you. Also my mouth thing, and just, it sucks today. Like, I feel like this is like the worst day, not of my life, but just the worst day of this month right now that I'm like this. So what I'm going to do is probably edit my videos because I'm in the vibe for that, and then probably in the morning work on parameterizing my card VFX stuff for Gambit. Gambit! We love a Gambit card because that's a check-in and a peer review thing. I also have to message Noam Kesar. So Noam Kesar, this is the worst video that I get introduced to me. I'm sorry. I like the format though. I personally like the format. I'm sorry to any new audience member or viewer who watches my video and then gets this as their first video as their introduction. It's like, dude, are you okay? Are you all right? Dude, this is a day. I spent the day 13, and day 13 was horrendous. You know, I think it grounds me to the idea that, you know, I started off with a solid A, then it went down, and then we're gonna go back up. It's only a matter of time. It's a weird feeling, but now I can like just encapsulate it in a life. Like, I had spaghetti, that's great. I got myself lotion, that's great. I got a drink, fun drink for me, that's great. I had donuts. I showed up. I did all things. You think it would be a B, but mentally, where I'm at right now and what I feel so confident about is that this is a D. This is the worst day. This is the worst day I've felt. And like, this is like the closest thing I'm gonna be like, I will visually show you or like verbally tell you. Like, this is just, it just feels wrong. Today feels wrong. I don't want this day to happen again. So if I look back on this day, I'm like, wow, what was the worst day? This was the worst day right now. I think this worst feeling day feels more not like a sickness, but more of like I'm holding someone's anxiety. You know, like, I think that's what it is. I feel like me as an individual, I'm fine. But I feel like I have like an apparition of some sort, just like in my body today, that I feel like something's not right. Something is not good. Something doesn't feel like I am just going my way. It's like it's like one of those things, I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like Steven Universe, and you're just, and Steven's next to the giant woman with the blue lapis, and she starts crying, and then he starts crying. Like, he's not sad, but he's crying. And I'm like, that's what I feel today. I feel this cold pins and needles vibe. And don't get me wrong, I slept. I'm fine with like sleeping. I've slept enough today. But I feel like after waking up from sleep, I feel like a jolt of like energy, like back to me, like anxiety wise, to be like, I don't want to get up. At the same time, I want to do something. At the same time, I want like a lot of things going on. A panic attack, I guess. Like, it's crazy. Like this day. So that was me. I hope tomorrow I can continue working on my edits. Also, I want to give a personal note to myself. I feel like when it comes to prioritizing your life, Nathaniel, you do it really well. And that's great. I think it's more so a feeling now that it's hard to juggle whether or not, this is for future Nathaniel, I guess. It's hard to juggle the intention of time, right? And to juggle whether or not you put all your time and effort, in bold, time and effort, into doing things that you decide to do or want to. I'm being vague as possible because it's just to me. So I would say an example, but not a targeted example, just if you want to know what I'm feeling about right now, is like making these videos and then doing homework assignments. I honestly edit these videos, and I have time myself editing these videos. These are really nice. It takes me about less than 36 to 45 minutes to edit a video. Less than an hour. And then, if anything, extension of an hour, it's from exporting it and uploading it to YouTube. Which is crazy. And I'm using this example, but I'm also saying, I'm going to be upfront with it. The example is not a bad example. I really do enjoy editing the videos. I think it was and has been a thing where it gives me like a second thing to not think about homework assignments. It's great. But I'm using it as an example. So you can understand just from what you know right now, audience, and not Nathaniel, the context of it. So like with editing videos, right? There could be a lot of times where you feel like that it doesn't amount to anything. And I think when you dive into something so much, you can lose track of, or like you can find like a gray area in there, and then you lose track and it sort of like blurs out like vomit. And it doesn't feel special anymore. And you're like, what does that mean? Well, it's sort of like, this is a really genuine talk. It's sort of like, if I had a mask, I love these analogies, more analogies on analogies. If I had a mask, and this mask represented like my editing, and I'm like, I love this mask protects me on things. But the more you use the same mask, the more that's going to have the same smell or some deteriorating smell. Maybe the mask breaks over time and it like tears, like a string theory again. But that's what it feels like when you work on something for some amount of time. I've been also into today, at least I would say the positive, if it was my focus today, like it would be a C-. But C for cards, for TCG stuff. And I find it fascinating that when it comes to to marketing yourself, an example would be the card game stuff. Not even my card game. It was like some people who do like TCG stuff, and it's like people talking about the TCG renaissance today. So I'm like, oh wow, that's kind of crazy. But essentially, if you have like the back of it, end of it, like a TCG card, and you start off with the ideology of like, if I had money in the world, what would I want to make? And I make the best card game ever. And I'm gonna use my example of my card games because I own it. Gacha on the Go, right? I like Gacha on the Go. And with Gacha on the Go, if it goes mainstream, whatever. People get to know it. People hate it. People love it. People are like, man, that's just another card game. Or, man, it's so revolutionary. I want to expand on it more. Like, you inspire me to make this thing or whatever. That's awesome. But you as an individual, when you like spread out the operation, or if you're like, okay, whatever, you expand on refining it more. Let's say like peak, for example. So many analogies here, but I'm sorry, this is just for me again. Then it's sort of like, okay, it blurs all together. Like these analogies, they just blur together. Like it's this big thing, and you can't really like contain it anymore. Which is not to say it's like a containment thing where it's like everyone's hands is on it. I mean more like a containment thing where it's sort of like you can't handle it anymore. And not like, sorry to mention this, but I have to cover everything. It's like not to like the off end of thing, like, but it's sort of like, I just don't want to work on this anymore. I'm going to step back and do something else type of spiel. It's like, it's not even that I've done everything I can, because you can always do more. It's sort of like, it's in a state going back to my editing where I'm like, I love my editing style. It's kind of great. It's kind of amazing. And then when you do it enough, when you're in the groundwork of doing it for like the time, there's something always in the back end that's always going to tell you there's something more that you could be doing better in your life than doing this. And it's not even to target anyone in particular. It's just a vibe that sort of makes the content that you make feel sludged, feel goopy, feel like a vomit, like this revolting. And you're like, I don't want to work on it. Let me distract myself. And it's those real things in life, whether it's like the conversation will be like, find help. That also tells you that I'm conscious about it. I'm aware of it. And it's one of those things that it's sort of, I'm aware of it and I don't want to worry about it anymore. But devil's advocate wise, I'm lucky enough to showcase this so no one else can go through this. No one doesn't want to go through this. And that's why I also do the ranking system. Because although it's very arbitrary, or very much like, oh, this is kind of weird, why would you rank yourself? Don't rank yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. I rank it because it gives you something to be like, oh, okay, that day was kind of good, right? Like something fun, you know, like ranking stuff is fun. Like what's your favorite character? Like rank them. That's awesome. But on a deeper level, I'm just showcasing like, this is my reason personally, internally, why I feel like I didn't do well on this day or did good on this day. And it's something for me that I wanted to always acknowledge in myself, to be like, why do I not work the best in this capacity? What are ways in which I can work better in this capacity? Exploring these ideas and going out to do things is something I always want to strive for, but it's so easy to be lazy and think about the negatives of things when you forget about the positive things. So it's sort of like with the videos in mind, it's sort of like nostalgia is like a double-edged sword, but it's something that had happened in your life. And I think you can't really connect it with any other experience like watching like a movie. So that's why I'm sort of feeling like I use the analogy of my edits, because you understand how my edits are, like however they come across to you. But it's also just to show that, like, I'm not going to share everything I do in my life. I think, but I want to be upfront about the things that I'm personally worried about and I want to grow from, and not forget about that, and contextualize it to the point where, like, I know when I say the context, I know what I'm saying. But that's just me.